What's going on, guys? Eternal Wind back with another Ghost of Tsushima video, and today I bring to you one of the craziest builds for the hunter I've ever concocted. So this thing is going to utilize bow and blade, hence the Stone Striker and Sugaru's sight. You can get some pretty nutty damage combinations back to back to back with how this build is designed through its techniques. So we're going to quickly cover the techniques first. Because we're not running Skipping Stone, I'm using Staggering Arrow to set up Sugaru Sight triple headshots as well as Heavenly Strike, and again I'll explain why in just a second, and that's because we are rocking both Executioner and Bow and Blade. Um, I don't think Bow and Blade is great, but when you combine it with this build and its weapons, I think it works phenomenally well. And I will show you exactly what I mean. And then, obviously, if anything is within 12 meters and you kill somebody with a Heavenly Strike and then you do a triple headshot with Bow and Blade and Executioner active, that's 150% more headshot damage. Then add 25% damage through foul arrows, and then we've got only damage twice for an additional 20%. So you can almost get 200%. It's 195% if you kill somebody with a sword attack and then do a triple headshot on a weakened enemy that is an Oni. It's 195% total extra damage. It's kind of crazy. Staggering Arrow is just going to help set that up. And Executioner and Bow and Blade work perfectly together, and because we're using Heavenly Strike, we're getting our legendary here. Typically, I don't show the techniques first, but I feel like I need to explain what we got going on here. So we are running the Stone Striker and Sugaru Sight for our double legendary, and we do have Melee and Oni, Wind Stance, and Poison Blade on the Stone Striker. You're not typically going to be able to get that Bow and Blade juicy bonus on a staggered enemy. So generally, I will just use the Stone Striker against enemies that aren't staggered. The setup there with Bow and Blade is too difficult, and if you try to do like the wind kick to stagger them after you kill somebody with the bow, unfortunately that wind kick is going to get your 100% extra damage. Be kind of sweet if it didn't, um, to set up some really crazy numbers through Heavenly Strike on a staggered enemy, but yeah, I'm going to use this a lot against enemies that aren't staggered just because of the damage increase. It's going to actually be higher than if they were staggered without it. And then Sugaru's Sight, because of its property, because of what it does, we're running both ranged and headshot damage to maximize the damage that we can get on this. That 195% that I told you earlier does not include this. So that's an extra 22% on top of 195%. And because this piece of shit does not have headshot refund, we're getting helmet and shield piercing ammo. The charm, this is where we get our next stack of Oni damage, and then Hunter ability radius, just so we can hit as many people as possible with that staggering arrow. Foul arrows to add 25% additional damage to anything that we do. And then blessed arrows, because that's the only way that we have to heal. This is not an exploding arrow build, so Fire Master is pointless. And then we are running kunai for the increased melee damage. And Smoke Bomb is going to be your savior for those Sugaru Sight triple shots, because since you don't have headshot refund, you really need a way to get your arrows back. So the Smoke Bomb with double cooldown and lucky and munitions is going to be the best thing that you can use to try to keep that active. Alright, so let me show you exactly what this thing can
What
do.
legend would you like to hear? A harrowing tale. The shores of vengeance.
So pretty much with this build, what you're going to do, for all you melee hunter enthusiasts out there, you're just going to go back and forth between bow and blade kills for that bow and blade perk to proc. You're going to get out of here. Alright. Oh my god.
The Oni's malevolent body will still.
Oh god.
Those found in opening.
Dude, what is this right now?
My heroes never miss.
Alright, so this next shot's going to be double damage. Alright.
Dio lost a powerful ally to the ghosts.
So that is without it's a nice way to triple heal too with that as well. But what we're gonna do, and there you go. So you just rinse and repeat between Heavenly Strike kills and then triple Sugaru sight headshots. With blessed arrows, it makes healing very, very easy. I don't know if you saw that or not, but a triple headshot heal is really nice as long as reduced healing isn't part of the modifier. You literally just go back and forth between Heavenly Strikes and your Sugaru sight. Your staggering arrow is going to be used and utilized to set up your headshots for weakenings first, because that'll definitely help. You don't need it, but it is 25% more damage. So it just depends on what you're going for. Like most of the Oni brutes, those things are going to die to a triple headshot with bow and blade active, and then if you have executioner active as well, it's a lot of extra damage. I really like executioner. I always have, but it's been kind of hard to utilize that when that's generally the slot that everybody runs double legendary on. But with bow and blade being a new perk that actually works really well with it, I wanted to try it out with both a Heavenly Strike and Sugaru Sight combo because they complement and synergize with each other quite well. So alright guys, that's going to be an example of the build. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on all of my content. As of right now, we are one sub away from 1,000 guys. So if we could hit that mark, that would be amazing. I appreciate you guys coming out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces!